Good afternoon, everybody. To this week, we are on to week 4. Wow, it seems like this semester and somewhat of the summer is already pretty much flying past us. I'm going to keep this brief because we are still moving along the same vein that we've been looking at last week, particularly when it comes to compare and contrast and synthesis. Okay, compare and contrast, you will see yourself doing later on in the course. You will also be doing synthesizing assignments for your final. Don't worry about the final right now. I will give you information on that later. Okay. I've noticed some students have disappeared. I understand it's nice outside. We all want to be at the beach. Unfortunately, that had severe consequences for your grades. So if you have not been participating, chances are you will be seeing a semester warning coming up. Okay, I usually send these out about week 5. However, the semester is rather short compared to a full semester that we have during the course of a regular fall/spring semester. So it actually does come up soon. Okay? I want to apologize. I know I kind of made a lot of people panic about week 3. I had mentioned I didn't see very many at all. I hadn't seen any week 3 assignment. That was because my comp lab had set it that week up so that it was automatically graded. Okay? The assignments for that week just happened to be one where my comp lab graded it instead of myself. No problem. Okay? Some of you didn't do too well on week 3. Don't worry. You'll get past that. Okay? We are starting a new unit this week called Principles of Success. Okay, you're going to be writing your second essay. Okay, your first essay should be in my grading bin by this Saturday. I will be finishing up the final touches of grading those essays no later than tomorrow. Okay, but Unit 2 starts a new concept, and it deals with both compare and contrast, and something that I'm going to be bringing up shortly called cause and effect. Okay. We've talked a little bit about compare and contrast last week, so I don't want to rehash anything. Oh, I mentioned synthesis. I'm going to get to that in a second. But when we look at people, we make judgments about them. Whether we should or not is another issue. But we often put so much emphasis on money, materialistic things, when it comes to defining a successful person. What this unit is designed to do, at least your second essay is designed to do, is get you to look beyond that. Okay, I've been reading the biography of Steve Jobs, the new one that came out recently, this thick. And it's very interesting how Steve Jobs didn't really know much about computers in the strict sense of, computer programming at the time. But he had charisma. He had patience, or not patience with people. And he had an ability to win over people and win arguments. Okay? Sometimes the most successful people are actually good at managing other people. Or they have a dream, and they have a lot of people working around them to help make that dream a reality. Okay? George Lucas is a good example, the creator of Star Wars. You'd be surprised just how much of Star Wars was actually ideas that other people had formed, and he just brought them together. I mentioned compare and contrast. Synthesizing. Synthesizing is one of those unique types of writing abilities that you're going to be using when it comes to this Principles of Success essay. You're going to be taking 2 sources, like let's say in one biography of one person, a biography of that same person written by somebody else. You're going to be taking these 2 sources and bringing them together into one essay. Okay? Being able to synthesize sources is critical. Okay? Oftentimes I will see students who do not do this well, and it shows, because one paragraph of their essay will be one quote or one source. Paragraph 2 will be another source, paragraph 3, and so on and so forth. It's not well balanced. It's not well written. So what you want to do is be looking for people who have biographies written about them, but written from multiple people. People who have analyzed different aspects of them over the years. Steve Jobs is one example. Bill Gates is another. Okay? I want to just briefly mention Beauty and the Beast of Advertising is a great essay. Okay, you're really going to enjoy this. I know one student has already posted, since at least the last time I checked. This is a story that really deals with advertising. Advertising is a lot of fun to watch, but it really has a lot of impact on us, and oftentimes we don't realize that, okay? If you compare and contrast the values that we had in advertising 50 years ago to the values we have in advertising now, it's very different. Hardly a minute goes by in the progress of a commercial segment of a TV program where you don't see all kinds of sex, lies, all kinds of fun and games happening You compare that to 50 years ago, the emphasis was on the family. You know, the mother stayed home, she only talked about cleaning products and stuff like that, okay? The question is really kind of a trick question. I've already kind of given a little bit of it away on Facebook, but I still want you to analyze it. The question is, does paragraph 18 accurately summarize what Kingsolver has been talking about throughout the entire essay? Think about how she words this. She says that advertising is not the problem, but it composes, at least it causes part of the problem. But what has she been arguing about the entire essay? Okay? Think about that as you read it. Think about what ways that could have been stronger. Okay? And I will see you on Facebook. It's short, I know, but we've gotten through all this, and I know that most of it is available right now on Minecraft Lab. So I will see you on Friday.